Hello everyone, I'm John Higgins. This is PNG Tonight. Coming up, the government admits many schools have disregarded instructions not to impose project fees. The tuition fee-free policy to continue this year despite challenges, and leaders of all levels in Abao Central Province unite in the name of service to God and the people. As the 2016 school year begins next week, some 2 million students are expected in classes this year, the number up by several thousand on last year. The government will continue the tuition fee-free education despite challenges. We talk to the minister responsible. Thank you, Minister Kuman, for talking to us. Welcome to the program. First time for you to be on PNG Tonight.
Thank you, Mr. Higgins.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
So you're welcome. We're going to talk about education in this program. You're in an unenviable position right now at the start of the school year. We will talk about this. We'll talk about selections later on in the program, but let's start off with kids that are going to start school this year. I mean, from elementary to grade 12, if you will. Going smoothly, have you got problems? There appears to be problems.
Thank you. Let me first wish everybody in the country, particularly the students and teachers who resumed this year, this week, and the students will start on the 1st of February. Right. Wish them all the best in 2016 academic year, and we wish everybody all the success in 2016.
Yes. A lot of them, do we know the number? How many are?
We expected almost 2 million students to enter the school system this year.
Okay.
We had about 1.8 last year. There's always a growth in education, and student enrollments continue to grow. And we expect almost 2 million students to enter our school system this year. And it's a big challenge to everybody,
yes.
To the department, to the government, particularly with teachers and
parents.
And the parents.
Yes.
But so far, I think we had a bit of problem towards the end of last year, but those problems have been resolved, and we're looking forward for a good, successful year 2016.
Okay. That's elementary to grade 12, about 2 million. We're corresponding that with the money.
The government is committed with the TFF policy, and yes. For the last 4 years we've done extremely well.
Yes.
Government is able to make sure that the envelope for our students in this country are always delivered on time. Mm-hmm. In the last 3 years, last year towards the end of our academic year, given the cash flow situation that everybody knows in this country.
So the envelope didn't get there.
The envelope didn't get there, but it came eventually at the last 2 weeks before the close of academic year. And as a minister responsible, I want to make sure that we don't dispatch those money in the later part, because the school doors are closed. The school management and the teaching staff and the teaching administration staff all left for vacation and holidays and so forth. As a responsible department, we want to quarantine the money, which we did. And by the end of this week, the last bit of the TFF 2015 amounted to 49.6 million will be all paid into the school accounts.
Okay. But what about the envelope for the start of this year? Are they getting it on time?
The start of this year, Mr. Higgins, quite recently I announced the NEC decision on the single, what we call integrated TFF policy.
Right.
For 4 years, TFF continuously running. We were not able to have a policy on it, and the government recently approved the TFF policy. So on that base, at the back of that, we are now going to see a lot of reform in terms of dispatchments, in terms of management of TFF, and in terms of accountability, and those are some of the key issues that we want to see in order to give strength to the money dispatched to the school system.
Okay.
And at the same time, by doing so, we want to see that money must go to the school for the purpose of educating our young Papua New Guineans who will be one day become leaders of this country.
Sure, sure. And the money that is going out, is it going to the right people? Is it going to the right schools? Is it being used right? These are some of the concerns that are expressed.
Yeah, those are the concerns that as a government, we are also concerned about those issues that has been continuously, we are bogged down into making sure that TFF goes to the right people and used for the right purpose. So the new policy is designed in such a way that there will be a lot of check and balances right from Waigani into the province, and it will go all the way to the district. So we have committees, central committees. It's now been approved to be established in Waigani, and then it will have a provincial, what we call TFF quality officers or inspectors,
Right.
and then we will have a committee, district education improvement committee to be established in the district to ensure that some component of those money will be parked at the district treasury, to ensure that all the procurement that the students, the schools wants to enter into must go through that committee, and the money is dispatched based on what they want to do at school.
Okay.
So those are some of the reforms that we are now, the government is now approved, and I'm tasked with to ensure that we implement starting this year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Has there been any abuse, misuse, corruption along the way?
In the last 4 years of TFF, I cannot pinpoint, but I can say that there are a lot of weaknesses in the system. There are one or two instances that we are concerned, and as a parent, I'm concerned.
Yes,
I want to see that those money goes to the school. Yes. I want to see that when the school gets those money, they must buy student resources, teachers resources, they must do maintenance work, and upkeeping and running of the school is more important.
Okay.
There must be food on the table. They must pay the bills, the water bills and the electricity bills. That's why the government pay all these things, to ensure that students' learning is not in any way compromised, because there's a lack of funding.
Okay. Just one question on that. You're imposing project fees this year, something that hasn't been last year?
You know, I took a very tough stand last year. I said, look, government pays the fees for students to have access to education. Why do we have to continuously impose project fees? That was the question I had. And I said, look, I'm going to bite the bullet and take that stand, which I did. There were a lot of criticism that came out from the parents and the sectors and the partners in education. Said, why? We still have to, one way or the other, there's a need for parents to participate in the development of the students through the education system.
True.
That's one aspect of it. The other aspect is this. Look, if the government is paying the bills, why is the parents going to be penalized?
Yes.
But do parents have at least have to contribute in the education of our children in this country? For instance, you want your kids to excel in education. You got to be, as a parent, you have a responsibility right at your home, right into the school. So you're not going to deny this. No. Same thing applies to every parent in this country. That's one aspect. The other aspect of it is that when a school is in dire need and propose that we need to build this classroom, and teachers' government's contribution in terms of infrastructure, that cash component has been remitted to the school.
Time or something. Yeah.
Maybe it's not getting there in time, but the issue is this: is those money really going to that that project, for instance? And I can tell you that Kirwagi High School, and there's a primary school in Kainantu. You go to a Catholic-run technical college just outside of Leh. You can't believe this. In the last 3 years, they were able to use the TFF money to build some very fine facilities in this country. So TFF did work.
So it can happen.
I think
schools because they've been so used to these project funds before that
Yeah.
it is, you're breaking away from culture that has been established.
So that's why I'm just trying to come to that point that was a culture that's been built into a school system for a very, very long time. When I took a when I took that bold stand, I found it was so difficult.
Yes.
It's so difficult. Despite that, we stopped that school week project fees being paid. Schools continuously collect fees every year, including last year.
Yeah.
So I really
And
don't
you
have
really
any
can't
vision.
do anything
I
about
can't do
that, can
anything.
you? That's true.
There's
That's
no
true.
way in the world that I would say, no, look, that project fees will be stopped. I know of some schools, agency schools. I'm not going to name the agency, church-run schools. They charge project fee up to about 1,500 for a child to go to, or students to go into high school and secondary school. That's even more than the TFF itself.
Can the government then penalize the institutions or the principal, the chairman of the board, if you will? Can something be done?
I'm tempted. I'm tempted along the way, and I said, I'm going to do that and just make sure that we take some component of TFF back, but I'm going to deny the student. It's right to education. So I'm not going to do it as a superman from Waigani. I expect our system right throughout the country, and these are highly decentralized functions in the provinces. Education becomes the responsibility of the provincial government. We need to see some leadership at the provincial level to ensure that project fees are not imposed. So what happened last year was a decision that was taken, and I said, look, government is responsible for educating every child in this country so long as they reach the age of going to school. But this is a project fees is something in the system for a very long time, and that decision didn't go down well. And despite that, there's a continuous payment of our schools continue to collect school fee, project fees. We really don't have any choice. So the only thing for us to do is, okay, we formalize that you continue to pay, but the National Education Board set a maximum level. You can't go beyond that.
What is the maximum level?
Maximum level is from 50 kina at elementary school, and but secondary school is 250. You can't go beyond that. I know of school in Lay charge 400 kina. Why 400 kina? And now this particular person will be dealt with.
Okay. And any other that goes above the threshold that you put in there. Okay, Minister. I want to talk about selection to tertiary institution a little later on. We'll go to a break. This is PNG Tonight. Our guest tonight is the Minister for Education, the Honourable Nick Kuman. Back after this.